Good evening, everyone. It's Colonel Aldous Valor here. And I am the greatest example of humanity, living or dead. How do I know this? Well, a very wise and seemingly educated man told me so, and it's even written down in this book that I've read. Tonight I want to talk about faith and belief. More specifically, blind faith, and later how all faith is blind, and how what you believe can affect what happens to you after you die. Apparently. Stranger danger. A number of years ago, law enforcement came up with this program, taught it to children, and went around to classrooms all around the country, taught it to children. Taught children to beware of a shadowy man in a trench coat hiding behind a tree. Stranger danger was the most detrimental force to child abduction cases in law enforcement history. It taught children to be more aware of 1% of child abductors and made them more vulnerable to the other 99%. Out of 800,000 cases of child abductions in the United States each year, only about 115 of them are done by strangers. The rest are done by people that the child knows. Teachers, counselors, family members, the friendly neighborhood man out walking his dog, the ice cream truck driver. The list goes on and on and on. What does this have to do with anything? Well, law enforcement, parents, teachers, all had faith that this program would keep their children safe. But the fact of the matter is, it only made the children more and more vulnerable. There was a case of an 11-year-old Boy Scout who avoided rescue parties because he was afraid they were there to steal him. And since then, law enforcement have changed their programs. They've since more or less done away with the whole stranger danger thing. After all, today's religion is tomorrow's mythology. Faith is defined as a belief in something in spite of airtight evidence against that belief. Now, I know that there's going to be some Webster's Nazis out there, those wordinistas that are going to tell me that I just made that up. But the fact of the matter is, that's pretty much what it is. I equate religion, or any belief in a heavenly reward, as buying a lottery ticket. I'm going to go out and put a down payment on a house because I'm going to hit the lottery next week. I'm going to go out and throw hundreds of dollars away at the church and sing silly songs because I'll get to go to heaven after I die. Most of the Christians that I find on YouTube are idiots. They're the ones who say that, you know, atheists, you're going to hell because you don't believe in my God. Well, okay, that's all well and good. But then there are these liberal Christians out there that feel that it's more about how you act than what you believe. Think about this here. A child is born on some isolated little island. He grows up, lives his life, and lives his life in a way that people who believe that morality is objective would say that he lived a good life. According to the Christians here on YouTube, that child who was born on that isolated little island, far away from Christianity's reach, who's never read the Bible, never heard of Jesus, never became a Christian, that child is going to go to hell. That child receives the same punishment as rapists, and murderers. Doesn't that make you people sick? To know that your God is so uncaring? But it doesn't really matter, because we got all these people with their own agendas who go out and they say that, oh, well, you need to stop being an atheist or you're going to go to hell. And then we fall into Pascal's wager, and, if I was to convert to Christianity because of a fear of hell rather than a love of God, don't you think that your all-knowing God would be smart enough to see through my facade? And from what I can tell, most of you people that are talking, that preach more about the punishment of hell rather than the rewards of heaven, that you people are betting on Pascal's wager too. It seems as though you're more concerned about avoiding hell than you are about being ushered into the kingdom of heaven. Now, I'm sure that there's a good number of Christians out there that are actually good Christians. It just happens to be that when I go out trolling, I just search for the word atheist and see what Christians are yelling at us. The fact of the matter is that you're believing what somebody else is telling you, and what they're telling you was written down in a book thousands of years ago, and that book has been mistranslated and misinterpreted over those thousands of years. And it's because really you're too stupid to look at things with any kind of scrutiny. A common ploy among child abductors is, "Have you seen my lost dog?" Sound familiar? How about, "Have you found Jesus?"